Oh my goodness. Ovevekuve, yeah? What is this? I just finished watching a video that in an interview that Daniel Bwala did, and all I can say is that what? Hunger is a bastard. Lord have mercy. Ah, if there's anywhere where you are not dependent on government in power for something to eat, thank your God. Ah, no, 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 no. You are too much. Ah, what is this? I was just listening to that interview and I was hearing things like we. I said, who is the we? Who is the we? Kalendengi, according to Hausa people. Hausa people say Kalendengi, meaning, um, how do I even explain it in English? You're trying to attach yourself to family or, like lineage. So it normally happen like somebody is trying to say, oh, there are some people who maybe they have a popular family and they are trying to say they are from that family and all of that. That's what they usually call calendar. Anybody that is doing something similar to that, because that's definitely what Daniel Bwala is doing on this one. You could see he's talking about the government as is part of this illegitimate, government. That's the way he's talking, as if, oh, he's part of them. The way we are putting this in place, we are putting this in there. Very decent, ingenious human being. What? What is this? People debase of themselves just for what? Hunger. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Yeah. If you say, oh, hey, and then of course obedience, you can't do without obedience. If you like say obedience carry food come up for their mouth. And trust Tinubu, all that thing that he will make him grovel. He will make him He will dance. So far, he's still dancing the carrot before his nose, dangling it before his nose. But he will make sure that all those things he said about him, where he was saying that if you give Tinubu 30 years, if you go to APC, your brain, he will make sure that he will lick every vomit, re-vomit it, re-lick it, re-vomit it many times, so that by the time he's done with it, even he will not recognize himself. Even right now, and on a very serious note, in that interview, I don't even know, he looked really so, like somebody is going through hard time. Austerity measure when maybe like say you don't they hit person pocket. Like they say, school fees will not pay itself. ah, so guy got to do what guy got to do. You can't blame. Oh my goodness. Just listening to him, obedient, and they are not, most of them are not in the country. Yeah, most of them are not in the country, but I could find 6 million of them. After all the rigging, they could still find 6 million and give they are not in the country. And that is not a reflection. People are suffering in the market, people are going through so much, and then they sit down in their little corner just doing it. For me, it's even the desperation we teach. You could just see, even the interview wasn't this a relaxed. When you do interview, I do interviews. I mean, you go there, you're relaxed. What's at stake? You ask me question and answer. You could see in Daniel Bwala say, oh, he's doing so much work. I'm doing this work. I need this work. I need this work to go through. This work needs to go through. Kind of mentality, kind of mindset. That you could see he was really working. It wasn't just an interview, just another. He was really working as in, I'm putting in my all. As in, you're in that your last card of interview and you're expecting this. But anyway, why am I even explaining this interview to you so much? Watch the interview for yourself.
Let me tell you, there are three sets of people in Nigeria. There are the political players. This is my party, this is the other party, and they continue to engage along those lines and only see right in their party and don't see on the other. There are two sets of, the second set of people are the middle class, businessmen, workers, people who don't care about political partisanship. They care about the economy and whether the economy is able to advance to give them the hope of a better Nigeria that we all dreamed of. The third one are the masses, who also are there to either be captured or they are there to be convinced by those who participate in politics ahead of 2027. What you see every time in the media is the first set of people, political party and their supporters. So sometimes when a particular political party is so noisy, you tend to think that reflects the hopes, or that reflects the voice of the majority of Nigerians. So take, for example, the emergence of internet. You find that most of the people who support Peter Obi, otherwise called the OBIdients, we did a check. They don't live in Nigeria. They live in climes where they have free internet, where the internet broadband service is 24 hours, where they have less involvement and activity, so they have more time to spend on the internet. So when you go to, and lately, mainstream media to a large extent is being influenced by the social media, because the scandal that breaks out in the social media is reported in the mainstream and becomes a part of conversation. So when you get moved by that, you will tend to think that when you hear the noise of certain people that call themselves obedient, it reflects the greater and the bigger society of Nigeria. You are far from the truth.
Mr. Daniel Bwala, are you saying that the woman in the market who is now having to sell her yam in pieces as opposed to a whole yam, are you saying that she's part of this crowd? Because I'm speaking to the people on the ground, the market women, the people who can't afford tomatoes anymore because tomatoes are too expensive. How does that go into this group thinking, this mob mentality you're talking about on social media? I'm talking about people on the ground.
Yeah. No, I compartmentalize the Nigerian society in three, but my emphasis was on the first because they influence media, right? I can beat my chest to tell you that in the last 8 months, there have been more conversation around what a political party and their people say than about the marketplace. Where to say that mainstream media focus in the marketplace to report what happened in the marketplace and generate the conversation around what happened in the marketplace. But with respect to the marketplace, and people like you rightly captioned, the people who sell tomato and people who are in business, it's a fact that even the president acknowledged that the economy at the moment is tough because we are taking tough decisions to re-engineer the economy and put it on the better path. There is an acknowledgement of what the people are going through. It is only when government is in denial that you will say these people are illusionary. Government has acknowledged that. What we are doing is we are convincing the people that this policy may require for people to make certain adjustments, but it's a policy that will work for the good of everybody. Enough of the rent seeking. Most of these multinational companies that you're hearing, they're packing out of Nigeria. I thought the media will do their own fact checking to see that most of these other companies have been benefiting from rent seeking, tax evasion, and because the economy is restructured in a way that people will have to pay tax, people will have to earn on their strain, they are now threatening they want to go. When they go back to their countries, they will still abide by those policies. And you are not going back to your country to find a ground that is waiting for you. You still have to go and compete. But if this is the policy that will finally make the son, let me finish. If this is the policy that will finally make the son of nobody to find good in what he's doing, it is worth the doing.